more of those lovely sun rays coming off the bridge there.
Hanger right here, nice and wide, and basically just floor it up this on-ramp.
We're in third gear, and I'm just going to keep it in third. It's really struggling. It's struggling. 65 mile an hour limit. There's no way we're going to be doing that anytime soon. Bit of an issue up here on the right hand side. Traffic stop. Oh, truck has come to grief. Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. This is American Truck Simulator, and today I'm driving a mod truck, the Mack R600. Now I've purchased this truck in the game and I've made some modifications to it. I've got the red and yellow paint scheme first up, and I've got the modified headlight fascias as well, and I'm actually running a mod wheel set as well. I'm going to put all of these links in the description of this video if you're interested in trying this out for yourself. Now the Mack truck we have here in front of us has a slightly lengthened wheelbase, so you can see there that the rear axle sits slightly further back than the standard very short wheelbase option. I haven't done anything to the fuel tank. It's just a default 140 odd gallon fuel tank from what I recall. So what I'll do is, we are based currently in California here in the game, and what I'll do in just a second is we'll jump in and we'll pull forward and jump into the truck configurator and just have a look at all of the customizations that I've made to this Mack R600. I certainly have a bit of a soft spot for these vintage trucks in American Truck Simulator, so I'm loving this very much right now. So it's very early in the morning, the street lights have just turned off, as you probably just noticed, and here we are inside in the interior. So the interior itself, what I've done here is, just having a look outside here as well, I have changed the steering wheel. So we've got the black, very classic Mack steering wheel there, not the modern style. The fascia for the dashboard is just a wood grain. The gauge bezels, I've gone for just the black plastic look, and I have added a GPS as well. So you can see here I'm just turning the wheel a little bit. Now, oops, I've got my wipers on. Just go to the first click of the key here and we can see that we've got a few little warning lights come on. I'll just put the handbrake on there as well. Okay, let's go ahead and start this thing up. Just beware headphone users, you'll probably get a loud buzzing from the air brake system as we do this. So here we go. Just turn this key. Okay, so she's up and running, got oil pressure coming up. There's a cluster of 3 gauges on the left hand side there. I can't really zoom in too much in the interior view, unfortunately. But yeah, you've got water temperature, oil temperature. On the right hand side here you've got the air brakes. In the center fascia you've obviously got your rev counter, RPM counter, and the speedometer as well. Some lovely, very period looking messages and warning signals and warning labels on the dashboard as well. Very, very well done. Alright, so there goes our air brake warning. So the air brakes are sufficiently charged now to begin moving the vehicle. Now this truck has a lowly 5-speed transmission, would you believe it? So very much like an automobile. It has quite a low ratio in first gear, something like 8 point something to 1. So first gear is like a crawler gear basically. With no load hooked up to the back, you can basically take off in second gear. Now this is cool, you can wind down the windows and you can hear the sound of the engine, and all the details are done very nicely indeed. So okay, so that's basically the interior of the truck, and you can see here that all the sounds are modeled very nicely inside and out. Anyway, let's let the clutch up and begin to crawl forward here. We're just in first gear with the park brake off, so yeah, it really doesn't need much to get going at all. Don't need to add any revs here. We've got no load behind us, so just going to pull up here to the garage, or truck configurator as they call it, and we'll jump in like I said, and we'll have a look at some of the options available to customize this truck. So let's do that now. Okay, so here we are in the configurator. Just going to go through and have a look at what I've done to the configuration of the truck. So what I've chosen here is the day cab, which is the only choice you get really. But you do have the option of the double lamps or single lamps, and I've chosen the single lamps there, as you can see. Now the sachets, as you can see here, I've got the 140-gallon fuel tank with the 169-inch wheelbase. Now the engine is the Mack 11 litre with the 227 horsepower, 900 odd foot-pound torque at 1200 RPM engine. This is the basic level engine. There is the 11.1 litre and the enhanced red engine that we just saw there as well. I've got the 5-speed, which is the standard 5-speed maxi torque. Ratio is 8.59, I think that is, all the way to 1. So not quite overdrive. There is a 6-speed as well available, but I haven't chosen that one. So just gone here for the very basic bottom of the range 5-speed here. The differential ratio is the same across the 2, 5 and 6 speeds. But yeah, there's also a range of fuller transmissions available there as well. But yeah, as I mentioned there, just gone with the bog standard engine and the transmission there on this truck. Now moving on to the interior, got the tan brown interior. Did not go for the grey black. Tan brown kind of appeals to me more for the vintage look. And got the 2 color scheme, the red and the yellow. I do like the yellow actually. What else have I done? In the headlight fascias, I've gone for a nice little silver kind of chrome look, flat chrome maybe. And also in the interior, you can see here that I've chosen the classic Mack 3-spoke black steering wheel that I mentioned earlier as well. Went for the quite mandatory, I guess, GPS unit that you do need in American Truck Sim. Got the chrome air filter as well, and got the body color mirrors with, I'll just show you on this side here, just click on that. Got the painted with small round mirror. So I've got the body color backside on the mirror there and the small round mirror, and also got the small round mirror on the driver's side only that I've chosen to put on. So that's basically it. That's the truck as it stands. Now just a quick look at the wheels as well, which I mentioned briefly at the start of the video. They are mod wheels, so please check out the description if you wish to get more details on these. I've painted them in a custom kind of color scheme. Got the red rims with the black centers, I guess you could say. Very nice little color scheme there that I really like. It goes nicely with the red on the body of the truck as well, and just sort of balances it out. Now looking at the truck analysis here, we can see that heavy cargo and hills traversal, this truck is not your truck. So maneuverability, it's quite a compact truck, I guess you could say. But yeah, for the hills, because it's only got 5 gear ratios, first gear is about 8.59 there, last gear ratio is 1, you've only got 5 gears. So yeah, it's not really going to be a truck that will take the hills very well, because the gear ratios are very widely spread apart, as you'll see when we go for a little bit of a drive in just a second. So we'll hop out of the configurator here and we'll start this thing up again, and yeah, we'll go for a little bit of a drive and maybe pick up a job as well and carry some cargo. Let's get this thing started up once again. The engine's still quite cold, but at least we've got enough air pressure in the air tank from when we charged it up just before. So let's get on out of here, and what we'll do is we'll just head down the road. We'll just let you guys see what this thing's like moving off through the gears. I'm already in second gear because there's no need to hang around in first gear when you're unladen basically. So just gonna check here, check the right hand side, check the left hand side, good. Just gonna pull out here. And what we'll do is we'll hang a left at those lights. Just mounted the curb there a little bit, kind of unavoidable. Alright, so we'll turn left at these lights in just a moment. You can see there the indicators are done very nicely as well, both the exterior lights and the interior signal indicator as well. Little green arrows there that show you which way your indicators are pointed, basically. Into third gear already. I love the little transmission shudder or whine or noise, I guess you could say. There you go, you hear it again. Very widely spaced gears actually, so especially I found the 4 to 5 gear shift. Fourth gear you'll be doing about 30 miles an hour, and going into top gear, into fifth, the revs will just go down to just under 1,000 RPM or so, or around that region anyway. So it's definitely a challenging drive, especially if you put more than about 60,000 pounds on the back. I found that that's probably a little bit too much, so I try and keep the loads to, there's the horn as well, I try and keep the loads to around 30,000 pounds for a comfortable drive. Otherwise you're just asking a lot from the poor old little Mack, especially with this engine and transmission configuration. Now I could actually upgrade the engine and transmission combo, obviously, as we saw in the configurator there, and I might do that for a future video. But for now I think we'll just keep things as they are, and I'll enjoy this nice vintage feel that this truck is giving me right now. Really enjoying the drive. So here we are, live and dangerous, just pulled up to what looks like a construction or building site, and we'll see what jobs are available for us today. So hopefully nothing too heavy. Just look at that imposing front grille on this truck. Looks very beastly and a nice vintage look indeed. So if anyone knows of any other vintage trucks similar to this in American Truck Simulator, please let me know. I'd love to check those out as well. Okay, so let's have a look and see what job offers are available for us today. So we'll just go to the freight market, and here we are. Okay, so there's one job here for construction houses, 31,000 pounds, which is just nice actually, not too heavy. And that's going from Sacramento to Bakersfield, both in California. We're basically in Sacramento anyway at the moment, so this will be a nice, hopefully short trip, just to get a feel for this truck. There's no real hills or anything involved in today's run, so we're not going to be holding up traffic with the poor hill climbing ability of this rig, so no worries there. Should just be a nice and trouble-free journey. So we'll just hook a right here. We've got a bit of rough terrain here on the building site. There's our trailer. So this is basically a construction cabin, an on-site office, if you will. So I'll just pull forward here and then I'll reverse up. And look at those lovely sun rays coming through there. Alright, so just engage, reverse. Now I am using my Logitech G27 steering wheel, H shifter and accelerator brake clutch combo. So a very nice experience driving here. Just gently pull up to the trailer here, and I've got the realistic coupling enabled. So I'll just hit T. Hang on, we'll just step outside for a sec, apply the handbrake, and just hit T. Okay, so we've got all the air hoses hooked up, got the legs retracted. So we are ready to go. I'll just ease off the clutch here in first gear. The low ratio of first gear, or the low gear ratio, really helps get these loads moving. But yes, once you are moving, you really have to be mindful of your gear changes, because you do have those wide gears to kind of contend with. I'm actually quite thankful here that we have a right-hand turn, which is really good, so wouldn't want to have to deal with all this traffic going the other way right now. So we've got a clear road, pull out onto the road here. I try not to rev it past about 2000 RPM on the tachometer, taking it to about 1700 RPM before we shift. Just in third gear now, coming up to 20 miles an hour, and into fourth gear. Now the speed limit here is 45. Lovely exterior view there. very much looks the part hauling this cargo. Got a nice sounding engine brake there as well. The engine brake, or the Jake brake as they call it, is quite effective on this truck as long as your RPMs are up above around 700-800 RPM, which is good. Doing about 30 miles an hour now. Just gonna hold this gear. Got a green light, so we'll just roll right through this. We should be joining the highway quite shortly. We should be able to do this journey in one day in the game, so we hopefully won't need to take a rest stop or anything like that. Should just be a fairly straight run without much trouble at all. Passing some motels here. Got a motel on the left and one coming up on the right hand side as well. Those sun rays coming through the glass there, very, very well done indeed. I am playing the beta version of American Truck Sim. Got another green light. How lucky are we? Ooh, yellow, yellow. Oh no, red light violation. Are you serious? Those yellow lights could really be extended out a little bit, I think, because they turn red all too quickly there, as you just saw. Anyway, on the engine brake here, more of those lovely sun rays coming off the bridge there. Hanger right here, nice and wide, and basically just floor it up this on-ramp. We're in third gear, and I'm just going to keep it in third. It's really struggling. It's struggling. 65 mile an hour limit. There's no way we're going to be doing that anytime soon. Still got the foot flat on the floor. Into fourth. And fourth will take us up to about 30 miles an hour. And then into fifth we go, which is our top gear basically. Okay, so we're doing about 35 now. And you can see there the engine's just loping along, just over 1100 RPM-ish. Coming out to 40 miles an hour now. Got heaps of fuel in the tank, I should say, as well. Got 3/4 of a tank of fuel. Fuel range on this truck isn't too bad, but yeah, do obviously have to fill up now and again, especially on those longer journeys. So just taking it easy here. It's still quite early in the morning. Just going to keep to the right hand lane. One thing you will find with this Mack truck is that unfortunately it does hold up traffic. It's a vintage truck, so it's not a truck that you would choose if you're trying to do a speedy or express kind of job in ATS. It's the kind of truck that you drive if you just want to take it easy and take your time getting to your destination and enjoying the journey every step of the way as well. Just loving the way the light effects are shown, I guess you could say, on the dashboard there. So just doing a comfortable 45 miles an hour here in fifth gear. And we're up around just under 1500 RPM. This truck will do 65-70 miles an hour if you really push it. By that stage you'll be doing well over 2000 RPM. But there's just no point stressing out a lovely old truck like this when you can just take it easy and enjoy the ride. Okay folks, just taking an exit here, and what we'll do is we'll hang a left. Just trying to use the engine brake here. I could have shifted down a little bit better there, a little bit harder on the brakes, but not the end of the world. Let's pull out here. I can see a car coming, but they're not, actually they've turned. Very good. I'll rejoin the highway shortly. We're just taking this little left turn here, and we'll do a right shortly as well. Got a fuel station on the left hand side, but don't need to worry about fuel. There's still quite a bit to discover on the American Truck Simulator map in my game, and I do want to check out some of the add-ons as well at some stage. So please feel free to leave a comment as always. Let me know what you guys want to see. You can see some mod trailers there in front of us that just went by. Some vintage trailers. If you see anything in the game that you're interested in learning more about, please do leave a comment and I will answer your query the best as I can. I've got a few little mods running in the game at the moment. Things like realistic signage and brands and things like that. You'll see realistic company names and whatnot as we drive around just now. Okay, back on the main road here, back on the highway, and this will be the highway that will take us to our destination more or less. I can see a bit of an issue up here on the right hand side. Traffic stop. Oh, truck has come to grief. Got a clear road in front of us. A nice sunny day. It's been raining quite a bit in the game for me lately, so I've chosen a good day to actually record this video in the game. Into top gear once again. And we've got some traffic behind us and some traffic overtaking us, but it's all good. So like I said, this is going to be quite a uneventful, easy drive, I guess you could say, today. So sit back and enjoy the scenery. One thing I would like to try actually with this truck is putting a better transmission on it with some more gears, just to see what this engine is capable of, because there's quite a bit of torque behind, well, in the motor itself, in the engine, from around 1100 RPM. Just keep it on the road, stay in the lane. So yeah, it could really benefit from some better gear ratios than what is currently offered with this standard basic 5-speed transmission. So there's no range, like I said earlier, there's no ranges or range splitting or anything like that. It's just 5 forward gears and a single reverse gear, so quite limited from that perspective. I get a feeling we could squeeze just a little bit more out of the engine if we had some more gear ratios there with a closer gear ratio set. But anyway, this is doing just fine today with this 30-odd thousand pound load behind us. So we'll just relax into the cruise now. Getting close now to our destination, and we should be there in just a moment actually. There's a off ramp coming up on our right hand side, so we'll just take that exit, and from there it's just a short little run through town and we should be at our destination for the day. So Bakersfield is right here, exit number 25. So we'll just hang a left. Don't need too much engine brake because of the slight uphill there on the off-ramp, so that's worked out well. Mirrors are kind of in the way a little bit. I'm using my Track IR head tracking just to assist with the in-cab camera views, for those of you wondering. Looks clear on the left and clear on the right. Let's go. Definitely need first gear when you've got a load behind you with a smaller engine such as what's in this truck here. So nice little overhead view there. Got a burger joint here on the right hand side. I really find driving these trucks in American Truck Sim quite therapeutic, as I'm sure a lot of you would as well. Here's Bakersfield. So what we're doing here is, whoops, not yet, next right. Here is the location that we need to be at to deliver our freight today. So I'll just pull up to the destination little zone here. And because I'm feeling lucky today, I might actually do a full-on parking job instead of just skipping the parking section of the delivery. I'm going to go ahead and choose the full option. This way we get maximum XP for our job as well. So it looks as if the parking area is behind us. Just having a look there through the... No, I don't think it's in there. I'm gonna have to swing this thing around, I think. Go back out towards the way we came when we entered this area. And I think there's another little way basically over to the right on the other side of this fence. So just keep it in first gear here. Definitely not in there that we need to deliver the trailer. So let me just checking the map there, the GPS. Yeah, it's definitely here on the right hand side. So I'm just taking this turn nice and wide so that we don't ruin the trailer. Just watch those speed humps. Speed bumps through this gated area, I believe. Nice, very low first gear, which is what we need. There it is. I can see the delivery zone over this speed bump here, nice and easy. And we'll deliver our load for today. So there we go. So we need to obviously turn around and then reverse back in. So a little bit of a challenge. It shouldn't be too difficult at all, however. Just try not to get too much of an angle here. Just going to wind the window down. Let's try and straighten out this trailer a little bit. Gonna back in, try and do as much of this as I can from the cab view for the ultimate in realism. And I know I've got some very sharp angles here on the trailer, but just trying to get it all lined up for the compound that's behind us where we need to go. So, oh, that's looking good actually. Let's just reverse once again. And I think we should just be able to guide her in now. Looking good, looking good. It's already telling me that I can accept the job and continue from here, but I'm gonna do a proper parking job here and get the full XP amount. Just reverse a little bit more. Just watching the mirror there on the other side. little bit more, a little bit more. Let's try and straighten that up a bit. There we go. Excellent. So that's it. Go ahead and apply the handbrake. And we are ready to deliver. Can't get enough of the way that this Mack has been designed. Just looks so nice and imposing. Alright, engine off. Okay, so we got a excellent rating for that one. We've got a little tidy sum of cash there. And it looks like we'll be able to claim some XP. So we'll go ahead and just put that. Let's see, fragile cargo? Fuel economy? I think we could use a bit of fuel economy actually. Thanks so much for watching everyone. I hope you enjoyed this nice little run today in the Mack R600 for American Truck Simulator. As again, please check the links in the description below for the details of the mods that I've displayed in this video today. Please like, comment, subscribe and share this video if you enjoyed it, and I look forward to catching you in the next one.